Welcome back, traders. And it's been a while since I've posted my weekly currency reviews and updates, but I thought I'd get back into it, and I'm super excited for this video, um, just to keep things going again. And I've got a huge response of Instagram and on my YouTube, and a lot of people have had good, I want to say, um, what's the word I'm looking for? A lot of traders have had luck watching my videos, and they've taken trades and it's worked out. So I'm just super happy to get things out there. So the first thing I want to do is, guys, as I said with these videos, it's always just an idea, consensus of where I think the market's going to go. It's not the law. So just use this with your current trading strategy, and yeah, let's compare. So the first thing I want you guys to look at is this week's fundamental news. Now we can see Monday we've got nothing. By the way, this is something called investing.com, which kicks out an economic calendar for us, right? And this is all the news and events that are happening in the market that move the market. So we can see Monday nothing is happening. Tuesday is kind of quiet, just a lot of US data, not very important. The one thing to look out for is the RBA minutes, the Reserve Bank of Australia's meeting minutes. And the reason why is people are cutting interest rates. So this will, or they're talking about hiking interest rates, sorry. So that should move the market, especially the Australian dollar. Around Wednesday, this is what will be the main talk about this week. And here we can see currently crashing oil inventories, crashing crude oil inventories, and then the major player this week is the interest rate decisions. So this is just a projection in what will happen in the next few quarters, how the interest rates will be lifted or hiked. And then obviously we have the FOMC statement and the Fed's interest rate decision. So this is a huge thing to trade, guys. This moves the market quite. This makes the market quite volatile. So just by looking at this week's news, and then we got the interest rate decision in Great Britain, um, and then on Friday we have fairly a quiet day. Just by judging what we're seeing on the investing.com economic calendar, we can quite frankly see that um, that the US dollar will be moving the market this week, right? The US dollar will be king as it has been the entire year. And obviously we have a trading opportunity coming in with the pound. And as you can see, interest rate decisions are the main thing people are focusing on, or one of the main aspects people are focusing on in the market. Let's jump straight into our charts. So the thing that I've noticed with the charts is there's not a lot of structure concerning there's not a lot of structure that we could look at for the market to judge where we would take a buy off. So like I said, I'm just going to run through my consensus of what I think the market will do, and I just put up a little bit of information on my charts. Like I said, there's not actually quite a lot of key levels that I'm looking to buy off or sell off, because I think the market is setting up for Wednesday, right? Because this month has been beautiful concerning Forex currency trading. The moves are complete, and I believe new moves are being set up. That's why I can't see anything, to be honest with you guys. So this is Euro USD, and what I can see is we clearly see a downtrend here. So lower highs, lower highs, lower highs are forming. That's why I put the red arrow in. Lower lows, lower lows, lower lows, and now we've got a new fresh lower low to start the week, right? That's good news for me. So what we could currently expect from the market to do is, I believe that the market could either, is drawing this level here. If you would be looking to trade this pair, I would say this would be a beautiful buy area. Not my RSI. Text, buy area. That's huge. Why is it so big? This would be a beautiful buy area, or this could be a beautiful buy area. So what we'll do in here, we'll say buy above, right? And your target will be these lows, the previous lower low that was formed. last week, right? So I'm gonna put that is in as buyer's target, and we're going to duplicate that, control left click, buyer's target. So if you take a trade from this area, you'd be looking to catch about 42 pips, which is a huge trade. Or if you target a much higher take profit, you target 71 pips. Same would apply if you catch a trade from this lower buy area at 1.16642. Your first buy area would be this area over here, or sorry, your buyer's target. So 41 pips. Second buyer's target would be 86.9 pips, and then your third buyer's target would be 107.6 pips, which is a huge trade to take. So let's see what happens, and yeah, just keep your eye out for these two areas, right? And then your take profit could be either one of these areas. Let's put that in. So buyer's target, right? So remember, be adaptable to the market. But what we can clearly see here is, guys, we clearly see that the euro is in a downtrend. So the euro is weak against the dollar. Let's jump into the next pair. So now we're dealing with Euro JPY, Euro Japanese yen, and here once again we clearly see a downtrend. Okay, so with this downtrend we see lower highs forming, and then we have lower lows, and then we've got a fresh new lower low forming over here. So for me, in my opinion, I'd be looking for anything of this area over here. It's already past this area that we had up there that was holding as support. So for the purpose of this, or for this pair, just send that out. Guys, this video is going to be quite long. I will put in chapters so that you guys can click on the page you want to see me analyze. Yeah, and that's just because like I honestly am not too confident in the market this week, especially with all the news coming out. So with this pair, this would be my buy area. Buy area. And this would be my buyer's target. I wouldn't be targeting anything huge at this point in time. So buyer's target. Okay, so that is what my trades would look like on this pair. And let's see how big of a trade it would be. We'd be looking at approximately 46.9 pips. And if we have this new lower low hopefully form on this level, I'll just be looking for the market to form a fresh new lower high on this area. Even if it comes above this area, I'm fine, but I'll take profit on this level. If the market can just form a new lower high after it completes the lower low, that would be my analysis for Euro JPY. So now, quite frankly, we can see Euro has been weak against the dollar and against Japanese yen. So what I'm assuming is the dollar is strong and the Japanese yen is strong. Let's continue. The next pair we'll be looking at is USD Japanese yen. So American dollar Japanese yen. And with this pair we can see clear sideways movement. And what did I teach you guys about sideways movement? It either means both the currency pairs are strong or both the currency pairs are weak, which is causing the pair to range. So what we can see happening is because we saw euro lose against the yen and we saw euro lose against the dollar, I'm thinking that both the yen and the US dollar is acting strong, right? So that's why we have sideways movement, but we do have this beautiful support area over here. So with that being said, guys, what are we looking for technically? Now, technically, I can see a bunch of lower highs forming, and then we got lower lows. Okay, in this current structure over here. So let's just focus on current structure. So what I could potentially see happening to this phase, I believe, just by looking at this, I'd be looking to buy of this area. And let me tell you why. I'll tell you guys why then. Or wait, let me jump straight into it. So buy area. And I'll only be looking to target something like 30 pips. Right? So I have no reason why I'm targeting 30 pips. There's no structure to the left, but I'll be targeting 30 pips. Just because my stop loss will be 10 pips, so I want a risk reward ratio of 1 to 3. So let's buy its target. And let me tell you why. So currently the Fed is talking about hiking interest rates. And with hiking interest rates, it causes a currency pair to strengthen, right? The Fed is talking about cutting on quantitative easing. Now, when you cut on quantitative easing, it causes the currency pair to strengthen as well, right? When you when you when you apply quantitative easing, it causes the currency pair to weaken. And because the current fundamental time that we're in, I don't believe that I want to sell below this area. And for that specific reason being that the Fed is cutting on quantitative easing and hiking rates. So I believe the US dollar will be king and win against all currency pairs this year. So I do believe that the US dollar will continue to win and go up in the scenario. And that is why I won't be looking to sell USD Japanese yen, right? Another reason for that is during good economic times, Japanese yen is normally very, very weak. So you'd be looking at the Japanese yen around 100 or 110 or 140 to the US dollar. That is the normal levels that I've seen pre-pandemic. That is why I'm expecting this pair to go up, and that's why I won't be looking for sales. That's just a little fundamental lesson. So I hope you guys enjoyed that little lecture. The next pair we'd be looking at is GBP AUD. This is a beautiful pair for me to trade. Like I said, all the moves I've completed. That's quite sad, but I'm pretty sure the market's setting up for something new. So what I'd be looking for at this stage is if the market breaks above this level, right? We'd buy above, and my targets to buy above would be if we look to the left, where's the last structure? 195.70. That would be my target on this pair, right? So I wouldn't. I'd target the last structure to the upside, all right? That would be my buyer's target. If the structure does hold and the market continues to come down, I wouldn't be looking to sell anytime soon. Obviously, in my opinion, I'd target the next psychological level. So I'd be looking to target 188. So coordinates 188. That would be my seller's target if the market comes down and the resistance holds. That would be my seller's target for this trade. Let's stretch that out. And that is what I'd be looking for on GBP AUD. Now, looking at this pair, we can quite clearly see that the pound is strengthening against the Aussie dollar. How that works is we can clearly see that because the dollar is strengthening, it's causing weakness in gold. And when weakness when gold becomes weak, the Aussie dollar normally becomes weak as well because it's very closely correlated, right? Because it's a commodity-based currency. So with the weakness in the Aussie dollar here, we can see the pound strengthening. So this just once again affirms to me that DXY is winning the game this year. The dollar is winning the game, guys. And now we can quite clearly see that the dollar is strengthening, right? The last two pairs we're going to be focusing on is pound pair. So we're reaching the end of the video. By the way, if I go back, you can clearly see we've got higher highs and lower lows forming. I mean, sorry, higher lows. So I'm not going to put it in everywhere. Let's just put high low, and I'll just chuck in a higher high somewhere, just to remind me it's a bullish market. So that is currently what we'd be looking at on GBP AUD. So let's continue with the with the pound pairs. So this is a beautiful, this one is a bit more structured to look at if we look left, and with GBP USD, once again, let me put in the labels. This is just to make it easier for you guys to see the market. Here we got lower highs, lower high, and then we've got lower low, and we've got a lower low. Then now we've got a fresh new lower low. So what I'd be looking for is I'd buy of this. This would be my buy area. And this would be my buyer's target. That would be my only thing to look at from this point in time. And or this could be my potential buyer's target. So that's my buyer's target, and let me explain why. We're going to set this as a buy area as well. Buy area, buy above. Alright, so the market, in my opinion, could do one of two things. We could either have a turnaround around this buy area to retest this level over here at 136,876, right? So that would be a target of 83 pips. Or the market could turn around at this current level where it is, and we could have a small trade of 45 pips, which is, in my opinion, still a huge trade, right? Because we have no retest on this level. After it broke, clearly there's no retest. So if you're a break and retest trader, you'd wait for the retest on that level. So once again, we can quite clearly see bearish market, right? So we can see it's a bearish market, and that is why I'd only be looking for sells. You can jump in on a continuation to the downside. You could jump in on that potential trade to cash 76 pips to the downside. But in my opinion, I'd rather wait for the buys because we have lower lows forming and wait for another lower high to confirm the structure to the downside. So we can clearly see again here the pound is weak, and the pound is moving this week because of its interest rate decisions coming up. So the final and last pair of this video is GBP JPY. So British pound Japanese yen. So guys, I've been in on this trade. I caught this trade luckily from this trend line, and I've been in profit for 176 pips. I'm about to close the trade. But for the purpose of this video, let's continue as if we have not taken this trade. So we clearly see here lower high, a lower high forming here. Then we got a lower low, right? And then we got a new fresh lower low. I just put in the straight line to show me direction. We can see the pound is weak against the yen, which shows me the yen is strong as well, guys. So for me, in my opinion, this would be my buy area. Wrong tool. This would be buy area. I'm just gonna say buy area. And then what my target be? That's always a challenge when you don't have structure to the upside. You can see these lows here to the left, right? That these levels look to be respected. This could be a potential buy area as well, guys. Looks like the market's respecting it, right? And I'll just be waiting for another lower high to confirm the structure. So I'll just be looking to catch a little push up to the top of about 40 pips, and I'd be happy. If I duplicate that, I'd target the same thing around about here. Oh no, actually I'd target something a bit bigger. I would target 82 pips. So that would be my current trading strategies for GBP JPY. And as this video comes to an end, what I'll always tell you guys to do is, this is one of my strategies in my course. I look at the pairs that I've analyzed, and from that you can see the euro was weak, the dollar was strong, the Japanese yen was strong, and the pound is weak, right? So my whole analysis for the week is that the euro and the pound has weakness, and the dollar and the Japanese yen is strong, right? So that being said, I believe the best pairs to trade this coming week would be the euro, just because the euro is neutral against the dollar and the Japanese yen. I would steer away from trading USD JPY because both is strong. It should um, just keep ranging, and I'd stay away from the pound just because it's volatile in terms of the interest rate decision. So I'll be focusing a lot on the euro this week. So from my side, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'm so glad to be back. Please do comment down below um, if you want me to analyze cryptocurrency pairs, some US indices. I do anything for my support. So once again, guys, don't forget to like this video, subscribe, and comment down below what you want me to do. And I'll catch you guys next week with another currency review and analysis. Cheers.